The first bit of major silverware in England was handed out this weekend. Manchester City winning the Carabao Cup, and as much as this could be the first of a treble for City, Pep Guardiola's, of course, first trophy in English football, the big talking point was who they beat and the manner in which that they beat them, because Arsenal just didn't turn up.
No, and we didn't know what Arsenal were going to turn up, because they have had success, FA Cup final in particular.
Yep.
Well, they've had a lot of success under Arsene Wenger, to be fair. But several things got me. I mean, the fact he played three at the back, right? If you play three at the back, and I heard you boys talking about it yesterday briefly on the show, if you play three at the back, you've got to try and be offensive. Because if you try to play a defensive game, it ends up being 5, and then you just get absolutely smashed. But in a bigger picture here, the very fact, and we went over this and over it last year, calling Arsenal fans, some of them, spineless. And the players are certainly spineless. The manager's arrogant and spineless. And as for the board, they've got to be one of the weakest boards in Europe. Yeah, they might make a few quid, but they're sitting there waiting for the manager to make a decision rather than them making a decision. I mean, you look at several other clubs, Chelsea in particular, and Liverpool and other clubs in England. If they're not happy, they'll just change the manager, particularly Chelsea.
Sure.
So why is Arsene Wenger, why is he still at this club? I mean, it beggars belief, the arrogance of the man, that I think when he asked in a press conference saying, well, I might be here next year. Of course he'll be here next year. And Arsenal fans will have to put up with the same, but that's the point. They're having to put, well, they don't have, they're putting up with it. There's so many spineless Arsenal fans. They're a mirror image of the team. They're a mirror image of the manager. One or two voiced their dissension, but not enough.
The amazing thing for me as I watch this game go on, and coming into it, Arsenal's successes of late have been in cup competitions.
Yeah. Craig mentioned the FA Cup.
You think maybe in a one-off, this is where Arsenal kind of find their rhythm. But against a City team who, in all fairness, I thought Arsenal started brightly. I thought City didn't get out of second gear. And that being said, Arsenal starting brightly, City not getting out of second gear, Bravo didn't have a save to make. Walker with one good clearance, but that's the only thing that Arsenal had to show for it. I expected so much more. And Craig touched on it as well. I never understand why you play 3 at the back when the opposition has 1 up front. Because you're going to have 1 extra, and there's going to be a lot of space for the likes of Sane and Silva to exploit. And in the end, I mean, the opening goal was just a farce to give away.
We can talk about players all we want. But ultimately, this is a club, and this is a manager, and this is a coaching staff that have brought all these players in. Right? But then if you go through it, Aubameyang must be thinking, what the hell have I done? What the hell have I signed here? I was at Dortmund. Right, OK, not the biggest club in Germany, but they've had some success. He was linked with Real Madrid, he was linked with this club, he was linked with that club, and he ends up at Arsenal. He's worse off. Did you see his face yesterday? As they were all scurrying around about 50 yards away from him. I mean, Jack Wilshere, he's had some stick off Roy Keane this week, and rightly so. Talking about him, he's going to be the man for England in the summer, he'll be in the squad. For what reason? Granit Xhaka, what's Granit Xhaka do? Tell me, what does Granit Xhaka do? Does he make tackles, or is he a passer? What is he? I don't know. And I've been a critic of Mesut Ozil in terms of of him not doing enough for Arsenal. But how the hell can he be expected to perform with the absolute guff and dross that's surrounding him at the moment? Mustafi's a German international. How the hell do you lose a goal in a cup final from a goal kick from Bravo? How the hell does that happen? I mean, the stuff that's going on at Arsenal is scary. Now, for mere mortal clubs, it's all right.
Yeah.
But I've played at Highbury, I've been to the Emirates, I know how historical this club is. They're a big club, right? And this ain't good enough. Not good enough.
Let's welcome Ian Darke into the programme. Ian, what do you make of the debacle that was Arsenal yesterday?
Well, it was like a fire drill had been called, wasn't it, about 20 minutes from the end, because just about every Arsenal fan left the stadium in disgust. I'm not sure what happened to them. If you think back to the FA Cup final last season, they played really well against Chelsea. But yesterday, where was the fight? Where was the character? Where was the plan? No sign of it. Absolutely anywhere. It's my view that Arsene Wenger should have gone when they won the FA Cup last season. That would have been a reasonably graceful end to what has been a largely distinguished reign with the club. But it does look now, doesn't it, as if he's going to have to be dragged kicking and screaming when he does go.
There's too many people saying, there's been a lot of people over the last couple of years saying, we must respect. This word's been bandied about. We can't disrespect Arsene Wenger. Who the hell is he? The ruling leader of some country or what? Is he some political genius that's driving the third world into being, having water, food and lots of money? I mean, what the hell is going on here? He's managing a football club and he's managing it by their standards badly at the moment and has been for a long time. So where's the respect?
The truth is, though, I think you have to, when it's all said and done, whenever that may come, you look back on Arsene Wenger's reign at Arsenal and you have to respect what he did and what he achieved. I think he's gone well past his sell-by date now. And as a result, what you're seeing over the last 3 or 4 years, I think it's starting to tarnish his legacy. And now all of a sudden, inevitably, you're going to remember the most recent period of Arsene Wenger's reign. And it's not been a lot to shout about. And you kind of forget where he inherited this club, where he's taken it, the kind of football he has them playing. And now all we're talking about is him kind of steering this rudderless ship. And it's sad.